This is the Jazzspel with Eric J. If you like jazz and gospel, then stay tuned and pray. We'll have news, views, and interviews, and that you definitely can use. So stay tuned where the sound is smooth.
Love is in the air. This is Eric J. Chambers, host of the Jazzspel. On today's program, we'll do something a little different. We'll talk relationships with a special called We Need to Talk. Our guests include Bern Nadette Stanis. You remember Thelma from Good Times. Plus, we'll chat with a marriage and family therapist who knows both sides of divorce. And if you need to get hitched up, well, I have someone who can do just that. Plus, we'll bless you with some love songs from some gifted artists, including this one, Mark Allen Felton.
Thank you, everybody. Welcome to our new program. It's called We Need to Talk. It's an evening of love songs and conversation. I'm Eric J. Chambers, the host, and at this particular time, I'm so delighted to have with us as our first guest on the program a lady who I fell in love with when I was but a young lad in Louisiana, saving my top value stamps to buy an engagement ring for once upon a time. Like most.
Wait a minute, hold on. For real?
Oh yeah, for real, for real.
So where is it?
Anybody remember the top value stamps and the green stamps back in the day? Well, that's what I was saving up so that one day I could meet and marry Thelma from Good Times. And of course, she did marry, I think, eBay, and then my man Keith, the football player. How many remember that?
I
was devastated by that. So she did marry Keith. Oh, you did marry eBay.
I did not marry eBay. You know,
Okay.
do you know why? See, you don't know why.
No, I don't know why.
He had 5 wives.
Oh, wow. Okay. 5 wives in Africa. But nevertheless, she was one of my favorites growing up, that show, Good Times. And at this time, please welcome Bern Nadette Stanis. And of course, you have a couple of books that you've written. Why don't you tell us about them, your situations and your finance book. Tell us about those.
Okay. Well, the situation book came about because I was very, very young on Good Times. So my whole adult life was being attached to Thelma. So I never really knew if a guy liked me for me or for Thelma. You know, it was a problem for a while. But then I just decided, well, I'm gonna be Thelma, so y'all gonna have to accept that. And after a while, a person will leave you if it's for Thelma, or they'll stay with you, you know, if it's for you. So I figured that out. But in the meantime, I always loved relationships and how men treat women, women treat men. All that stuff was very interesting to me. And it took me a while to get it right, you know, it took me a little while. But anyway, throughout life, I finally got some things right. And I got a lot of that stuff right. And that's probably why I wrote this book. I was an advisor, not an advisor, but like a girlfriend that somebody dumps on all the time. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Come on now. And so I was always that girlfriend. So they would call me and I would talk to them no matter what. And this girl kept calling me in the middle of the night though. Yeah, in the middle of the night. And I'm like, okay, what? Well, he wouldn't answer the phone. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, is it possible he's sleeping? Something like that. And no, I called him. You know, if he was sleeping, he would have woken up. You know, I mean, how many times did you call him? 15 times? So I said, okay, I tell you what. And it was the same question all the time. You know, but what is it? So anyway, what happened was I said to her, okay, I'm going to write some things down for you and you put it on your refrigerator. So in the middle of the night, you know, if you can't sleep because you can't reach him, just go walk around the refrigerator, look at it. Look at those things I write down. Now, if that doesn't work, do like most of us do. Open the refrigerator and eat something. Deal with it. So I did. The next day I got up and I started writing her stuff. And I ended up writing this book.
But say for instance, I know a lot of people deal with, well, they carry a lot of old ancient baggage from relationship to relationship. What kind of advice do you give people regarding that? Some, especially unforgiveness.
Wow. How do you throw that one in at the end? Unforgiveness. That's a whole nother subject. Baggage, you're gonna have a little baggage in every relationship. So I think you only need a little time, you know, to unwind and to go in that little bag and just dig out the little stuff and say, no, I gotta throw you away. No, I'll keep you. You gotta do that because if you don't do that, things will seep out in the other relationship.
What is it that women want that guys are not getting?
Oh, don't tell me. Why not? Don't we want us all to get together?
That's right.
What's going on? You gotta tell me. Now, I think that when a woman tells you how she wants you to love her, a lot of men don't hear that, but they want to love you the way they want to love you. Okay, that's a nice thing, but you still have to hear what she's saying.
What happens along the way after marriage, after the wedding, I should say?
Well, I don't know if it's just after the wedding, because I think you know that person before you get married to them.
Okay.
So I think that it's after you really meet them, like about 3 months. Because I think it takes about 3 months before the cracks start showing.
Exactly. I agree with that.
Ooh, what was that? It starts seeping out. You can only fake it for so long.
Right.
So be really who you are because it's going to come out. And a lot of ladies, well, I know a lot of ladies would do this. They start seeing the cracks and they have already boasted about the guy and he's so cute and all this and mama like him, dad like it, but so they're gonna help him cover those cracks.
So they're doing damage control for him.
Well, they're helping it out because they don't want to look stupid. I mean, I picked him and he's cracking. No, Ma, he's not like that. No, Dad, you didn't see that. No, brother. Whole thing. But they did see it, and you saw it too.
Now, of course, Valentine's Day is coming up real soon, and it's probably, as far as I'm concerned, one of the most overrated holidays of the year. But nevertheless, in its own, the reason I say that is because the roses that you get for $9.99 today, Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day, they're $49.99. But nevertheless, I'm serious. Have you guys ever gone to if you go to the store right now, especially guys, you will see.
It's Valentine's Day.
It is.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
No, I'm not saying
Why don't you buy your flowers a week earlier? Put them in the refrigerator.
Maybe.
Freeze them up. I can't believe you.
Okay, but basically the question is this. Do we put too much emphasis on that, or should it be Valentine's Day all year long? That's the question.
It can't be Valentine's Day all year long.
Or you should have that same kind of love. How about that?
You can't have that either because you have to go to work. You get headaches, things happen. This man. But anyway, but I think you can be kind and sweet all year, every day. I think you can be that. And I think Valentine's Day is very special, and it should be. I know, Eric, you probably think not because, you are a loner.
No,
Are you a loner?
Kind of, sort of.
What did I say?
In football talk, I'm an unrestricted free agent right about now. Nobody's franchise tagged me right now, but nevertheless, one day I may get off the market. Maybe I'll be a top draft pick again. Send me to college.
That's a good one. I like that.
So I'm just working out and trying to get my sexy back and my groove back, so that when Miss Hitch hooks me up with her site and everything, that I'll be ready to do my thing. So,
but we got to work on those roses.
Okay.
Save that $49 all year so you can have it for Valentine's Day. You hear me?
But I'm the kind of guy where I like to give it to you all the time as far as the love, and not wait to just play on words. Okay, we know where your head is. Okay. I mean, I'd rather...
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's true. Amen on that one. Can't get a witness. But nevertheless, I try to just let my love shine all year through. Valentine is nice. I love it just as much as any guy. And what I usually do for Valentine, since I'm not married, is I take flowers to my daughter for her school. She's 8.5, and this will be her 9th Valentine. And every year since she's been in school, in fact, every year since she's been alive, Daddy has given her flowers.
Aww.
So thank you.
You're just the bestest.
Well, I try to be for her.
I know.
What we're going to do right now is going to go to a break, but when we come back, we're going to talk to an actual professional therapist who's in the audience right now. In fact, she's going to tell the story of how she and her husband actually divorced, but then a few years later, they came on back. We're back in a moment.
Wow.
The Jazzspel is sponsored by MsHitch.com, a unique and selective matchmaking service designed to make your relationship dreams come true. This new and exciting dating site specializes in helping you find your helpmeet. It focuses on building relationships inspired by true love and honesty. Ms. Hitch matches real profiles with real people and gets real results. And it's not just for singles, it offers relationship coaching to married couples. For more information, visit MsHitch.com or call 877-7-MSHitch.
Welcome back. This is We Need to Talk, an evening of conversation and music, and of course the love songs that you've been hearing along the program. Some of the outstanding artists that we have here with us, and we're so grateful for them. Give them a hand one more time. And at this time, what I want to do is introduce you to a lady who is a psychologist. She's a relationship specialist, And of course, I had a chance to meet her a few years ago and decided to invite her to be a part of this. Her name is Dr. Robin King. Give her some love. I'll give her the microphone here. Dr. Robin, first of all, you have heard what myself and Bern Nadette talked about with relationships, and one of the things that I know that really haunts a lot of relationships is unforgiveness. When you're dealing with some of your patients and people who are having issues in relationship, what is your message to those regarding unforgiveness?
My message to them is basically that the seed that gets sown is the seed that'll be grown. And so if unforgiveness takes root in their heart, a lot of times people choose not to allow that seed to be let go. And the seed will flourish and it will branch off different things such as bitterness, malice, strife, hatred, and that seed will even take over their life if they allow it to. And I let them know that they don't have to allow that seed to take over.
And unfortunately, most of the time what people understand, just like Rick Warren in his book, The Purpose-Driven Life, he talked about how when you do not forgive, basically you're hurting yourself more than you're hurting the person that you're not forgiving. So you are carrying that burden. Why do people do that knowing that, like they said, it's like drinking rat poison and expecting the other person to die?
We have a choice to haul this baggage around for life and allow it to eat us up like cancer and allow it to kill us, or we have the ability to choose to let those things go. Because in actuality, when you harbor that stuff, you're the only person that is hurting. So when you get tired of being weighted down and been tired of, as you stated, drinking that poison, then we have to make the choice to allow that stuff to be let go. How do we do it? Through moving from religiosity to relationship. Can't nobody really change the heart of a man but God.
Well, but check this out. This is an interesting thing that when I first met Dr. King about 5 years ago, so I'm not sure what her marital status was, but believe it or not, she and her husband were once upon a time married. They got divorced. She married someone else, kicked him to the curb, and then remarried her husband, who's here with us tonight. Stand up. Why were you so persistent in getting your wife back?
Well, at the time, I couldn't see it either. She would keep telling me that the Lord said He's going to restore our marriage. And I said, I don't want to hear that. I don't really want to hear that because I don't believe it either. I'm like, I'm done with this. You know, if the Lord going to do it, I say, don't even tell me about it. Let the Lord do it. And so she kept telling me that every time I would see it, she'd say, the Lord is going to restore our marriage. So I kind of was hesitant to come around. I was like, well, I'm going to come and get my son. And then I would call and tell him to meet me at the car. I didn't want to hear that anymore. And after 5 years, we got back married.
All right.
Okay, quickly, you have read the book. Tell us quickly about your book.
My book is called Purpose in the Fire. And I talk about the childhood hurts. I talk about growing up and looking for love in all the wrong places and getting into domestic violence relationships and just talking about how God has purpose in the fiery trials we go through.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Robin King, for being a part of tonight's We Need to Talk conversation. And I'm prayerful that what you had to say not only blesses some here in the audience, but those who are watching all across the country and the land, okay?
I thank you so very much for having us.
But you're welcome. Well, it's time for us to take one more station break, but when we come back, we'll talk to a lady who decided to create a relationship website to help out many of those who are relationally unemployed. Back in a moment.
The Jazzspel is sponsored by MsHitch.com, a unique and selective matchmaking service designed to make your relationship dreams come true. This new and exciting dating site specializes in helping you find your helpmeet. It focuses on building relationships inspired by true love and honesty. Ms. Hitch matches real profiles with real people and gets real results. And it's not just for singles, it offers relationship coaching to married couples. For more information, visit MsHitch.com or call 877-7-MSHitch.
I wanna talk to you today. I've got something that I wanna say.
Eric J. Chambers. This is a special edition of the Jazzspel. Thank you so much for tuning into the program. Once again, we're coming to you from a forum that's entitled We Need to Talk, an evening of love songs and conversation. We hope that you've been blessed by it. Joining us on the program right now is a lady who is one of the sponsors of tonight and also a sponsor of the television show. Her name is Danielle Metcalf, also known as Miss Hitch. Welcome. First of all, Miss Hitch, tell me, how did you come about, how did the idea of Miss Hitch come about? And Miss Hitch Me Up, you have a couple of websites, so briefly tell us how that came about.
Miss Hitch came about, I started back in 2005 building the business. The same thing with Bern Nadette Stanis. I have a lot of friends that used to call me at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., with problems. My cell phone is on the side and I'm picking it up like, okay, out of my sleep, catering to others and their needs and their situations. However, I saw that I did have a gift of motivation, inspiration as far as relationships, not just hitching men and women up, but also the motivation and the inspiration of love and motivating men and women to practice love and stay in love as well.
And one of the things that you really intrigued me about when we had the first conversation is you talk about how a lot of times women are looking for guys who have this, and that.
Once I interviewed the woman, and I usually ask them, what are you looking for in a mate? And the first thing that they say is, I'm looking for someone to take care of me. I get that 99.99% of the interviews with women that I have. That's the first thing that they say. He has to have good credit, he has to have a certain amount of money in the bank, or he has to be, just all the A ratings, that's on the Better Business Bureau, however. And then my question to them, I'm like, okay, well, what do you have to offer? Because you're coming to me to hit you up, so I have to have something, to offer the $60 million guy that you're looking for, or the stellar credit.
What kind of people come to you? I know you have various different ethnicities, male, female. Tell us about the makeup of the customers at Miss Hitch.
People come, and the thing about it is with me is that I believe in working on self, and working on self and cleaning out the baggage and figuring out as a person who you are.
And of course, with you having your sites, you have Miss Hitch and Miss Hitch Me Up. Tell us the difference between the two of them, because you even have help for married people.
Right. The Miss Hitch Me Up site is the internet dating service where you can actually go online, fill out the profile. Some of the profiles I actually go behind, the whole computer so you can just look at, what people are actually looking for. It's just services for everybody all over. The MissHitch.com site is other services, like you say, for example, I have dating coaching, relationship coaching, and as well as for married couples as well. There are a lot of married couples that are out there, and I hear a lot, like 70% that have been together for a very long time, and it goes stale. The flame is gone. The woman has a relationship block or emotional block in her mind. The man is out with the mistress cheating, and somewhere along the way that they lose the connection with each other, and they actually let the connection go.
Wonderful, well said. Well, thank you so much for coming aboard, and also thank you for being the sponsor for tonight's program as well. So give it up for Miss Hitch. Well, that's going to do it for this special edition of the Jazzspel with Eric J. I'm prayerful that you were blessed and entertained and informed by this program as we've talked relationships. In the meantime, I would love to hear your thoughts. You can write me to the address on the screen. It's the Jazzspel with Eric J. 7510 West Sunset Boulevard, number 516, Hollywood, California, 90046. Or you can always go to my website at ericjchambers.com. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook. From here at Cafe M in Long Beach, California, I'm Eric J. Chambers bidding you and yours a very happy Valentine. Bye-bye.
Look at you, right there I knew, and every woman that I've had won't come close to you. Love at first sight, wherever it's called, moving back, 'cause I want it all. Something real, something deep, love of my life is what I want to feel. I could just fall here right for you, just right for me. I just tasted an angel. She's my everything. I want you bad, can't you tell? Every word I'm falling under your spell. Love at first sight, whatever it's called, want it back, 'cause I want it all.